Hello friends, I'm Samriddhi Banerjee and welcome to my channel The Mad Reader. For a long period of time, you all have been flooding the comment section asking for explanations of the story The MCC, and in this video I plan to give you just that. I'm going to explain the story from starting till the end. I'm going to tell you all the important points that should be remembered, and I'm going to give you all the probable questions that can come in your examination. So all you need to do is to keep your textbook in front of you and have a pen or a pencil in your hand that you must use to jot down the points that I'm going to give you throughout this video. So stay tuned till the end and let's start. The MCC is a story of three friends, Rajam, Mani and Swaminathan, who are part of a cricket club called the Malgudi Cricket Club. Now I should tell you that Malgudi is a fictional town made up entirely by the author or the writer of this story, who is Rasipuram Krishnaswami Narayan or R.K Narayan. In this story, we find three friends, Rajam, Mani and Swaminathan, who are cricket enthusiasts and are planning to buy sports equipment, cricket equipment, for their upcoming cricket match. After that, the story goes on in its own flow. We find different other incidents happening, which we are going to study thoroughly as we proceed with the chapter. So let's begin. I'll read each paragraph and explain it to you word by word. The MCC. The three friends sat around Rajam's table in his room. Mani held before him a catalogue of Messrs. Binns, the shop for sports goods. He said junior Willard bats, 7-8, made of the finest seasoned wood used by Cambridge Junior Boys 11. This paragraph is pretty easy to understand. The three friends whose name I just told you, Rajam, Swami and Mani, they are sitting at Rajam's table in Rajam's room. So they are at Rajam's house. You need to know where they are. This can come as a question. So underline Rajam's table in his room. After that, we are told that Mani held before him a catalogue of Messrs. Binns. This is very important. Highlight Messrs. Binns as much as you can. This spelling cannot go wrong. Catalogue is a list of items that people can look at and buy. It is similar to the menu that is provided at restaurants, except for the fact that it is related more to hardware shops. Another point is that you should know what Messrs. Binns is actually. It is given in the same line, the shop for sports goods. Next we have what they are planning to buy. Junior Willard bats, 7-8, made of finest seasoned wood used by Cambridge Junior Boys 11. So what is the significance of this line? The significance of this line is that Junior Willard bats are very famous and fine bats. So they are kind of the best bats, as we are going to find out as we proceed with the text. Whatever is said after that, 7-8 made of the finest seasoned wood, is the description of the bat, and Cambridge Junior Boys 11 is written to signify that the bat is of a very high quality, elite quality, fit to be used by such a big high standard school. So from this paragraph you're going to get 2 to 3 probable questions. Number 1, where are the three friends? Then the answer should be around Rajam's table in his room. This answer is applicable for any excerpt, any quoted line that is given from this page or the next one. Number 2, what is Messrs. Binns, or what is this shop known for, or what does this shop sell? So for this, the answer is going to be Messrs. Binns is a shop for sports goods. Then after that, the third question that can come from this paragraph is that describe the Junior Willard bat. For that you're going to write Junior Willard bats are very high quality bats made of the finest seasoned wood, 7-8, and used by Cambridge Junior Boys 11. That's all you need to write. Now for the next paragraph. Let me have a look at it, said Rajam. He bent over the table and said, seems to be a fine bat. Have a look at it, Swami. Swaminathan craned his neck and agreed that it was a fine bat, but he was indiscreet enough to say, it looks like any other bat in the catalogue. So this paragraph is very easy as well. Rajam said to Mani, who was having the catalogue in his hand, he wanted to take a look at the bat, and he asked Swaminathan as well to look at the bat, look at the picture or the description of the bat. Swaminathan, what he did, he craned his neck, which means he stretched his neck to be able to see the picture, the catalogue, and then he was foolish enough to say, careless enough to say that it looks like any other bat. Let's see what happens after this. Mani's left hand shot out, held his neck and pressed his face close to the picture of the bat. Why do you pretend to be a cricket player if you cannot see the difference between a junior Willard and other bats? You are not fit to be in our team. After this admonition, the hold was relaxed. Rajam asked, Mani, do you know what the catalogue man calls the junior Willard? It seems that it is the Rolls Royce among junior bats. Don't you know the difference between the Rolls Royce and other cars? Swami replied haughtily, I never said I saw no difference between Rolls Royce and other cars. So why did I read two paragraphs together? To make it easier for you to understand. Basically what happens here is, Swami tells that the junior Willard bat looks like any other bat because he wanted to sound wise, he wanted to sound experienced, he wanted to put in a valuable comment along with his other two friends. And when he says that the junior Willard is like any other bat, the two of his friends who consider junior Willard as the god of other bats, they are extremely upset with him. Mani even grips his throat with his left hand as if he was almost suffocating at the mere idea of comparing junior Willard with other bats. This is of course an exaggeration, but you need to remember what Mani did and what Mani said. So what did Mani say? Mani was very angry with Swaminathan. He scolded Swaminathan, reproached Swaminathan that you are pretending to be a cricket player if you do not even know the difference between a junior Willard bat and other bats. So much so that Mani considered Swaminathan unfit to be in their cricket team because he did not know the true importance, true value of a junior Willard bat. After saying this, the grip of his neck was relaxed. So admonition is kind of a warning or a threat. He says, nah, you are not fit to be in our team. That is what the admonition or warning is. From here, the question can come that what did Mani do? What did Mani say? What was the admonition? Why did Mani hold his neck? So it is the last one is an analytical question. For that, you have to say that Mani was shocked at the mere idea of comparing junior Willard with other bats. This done, you have to underline this entire paragraph as well because this is very important. Then for the next paragraph, Rajam's reaction, it is important as well. He was also shocked. He said, Swami, do you even know what you're saying? The catalogue man, the one who gave them the catalogue, considers the junior Willard bat as the Rolls Royce among other junior bats. Now why Rolls Royce? Because at that time Rolls Royce, the car, was very famous and among other cars it was certainly superior. In a similar manner, Rajam or the catalogue man is comparing junior Willard to be far superior than the other contemporary junior bats. After saying this, Rajam asked Swami whether he knew the difference between Rolls Royce and other cars because he was comparing the Rolls Royce of all bats to the other bats, junior bats. Right. So he asked, do you even know the difference between Rolls Royce and other cars? To this, Swami replied haughtily. Haughtily means in a very arrogant manner or in a very proud manner, that I never said I saw no difference between the Rolls Royce and other cars. So Swami wanted to imply that he knew the difference between Rolls Royce and other cars. You need to underline the reaction of Rajam. You need to know what Rajam said to Mani. You can write it out in your own words if it comes as a question in your exam. Now, what is the difference? Urged Rajam. Why did Rajam urge and ask about the difference? Because he wanted to mock Swami, he wanted to make fun of Swami by proving that Swami did not know the difference because he expected Swami to not know the difference. Now Mani laughed and teased, come on, if you really know the difference, why don't you say it? Now Mani also joined the fun. He also wanted to play along and test out Swaminathan's knowledge, whether he actually knew or was he making it all up. Now Swaminathan, with full confidence, Swaminathan said, the Rolls costs ₹1,00,000 while other cars cost about 10,000. A Rolls has engines made of silver while other cars have iron engines. Ho ho, jeered Rajam. A Rolls Royce never gives trouble while other cars always give trouble. A Rolls engine never stops. A Rolls Royce never makes a noise while other cars always make a noise. Why not deliver a lecture on the Rolls Royce? Asked Mani. Here basically we find in these lines that Swaminathan goes full on confident and gives a list of the differences between Rolls Royce and other cars, and some of which are not even valid. Right, first point is that Rolls Royce costs ₹1,00,000 while other cars cost about 10,000 at that point of time. Back in that time it was true, this evaluation was true. What you need to do is to remember all of these points, because for example there are 1, 2, 3 and 4 points, 5 points. So of this 5 points, you might be asked to state 3 points. What are the three? Give 3 differences that Swaminathan had stated about Rolls Royce and the other cars. First one is going to be costs ₹1,00,000, other costs 10,000. Rolls Royce has engines made up of silver while other cars have iron engines. Number 2. Number 3, a Rolls Royce never gives trouble while other cars always give trouble. Number 4, a Rolls-Royce engine never stops. Number 5, a Rolls-Royce never makes a noise while other cars always make a noise. So these are the 5 differences of which any 3 to 4 you should remember. Now after that, Mani said, why not deliver a lecture on Rolls-Royce? Because Mani thought that Swaminathan won't be able to answer the question, won't be able to state the differences. Now when Swaminathan did state the differences and convinced Rajam and Mani despite their not wanting to, Mani grows irritated and says, if you know so much about Rolls-Royce, why not deliver a lecture on Rolls-Royce? Then Mani continues saying that, Swami, I am glad that you know so much about the Rolls-Royce. I am at the same time ashamed to find you knowing so little about Villa Junior. We had about a dozen Villa Juniors when I was in Bishop Vallas. Oh, what bats! There are actual springs inside the bat so that when you touch the ball it flies. Fine silk cord is wound round the handle. You don't know anything and yet you talk. Show me another bat which has silk cord and springs like the Villard. Here, there's an entire paragraph dedicated to Mani giving a lecture about how good the Villard bats are. Of course, the bats don't have actual springs inside them. It's not possible, but this is an exaggeration that the ball flies so nicely, the ball can be hit so nicely using a Villard bat. So you need to remember the description of the Villa Junior bat given by Mani. Along with that, you need to remember whatever was given in the first paragraph. So all you need to remember when you are asked to give the description of Junior Villard bat is that these bats are made of the finest seasoned wood. Fine silk cord is wound round the handle, and according to Mani, there are actual springs inside the bat so that when you touch the ball, it flies. Okay, now then Mani says that Mani challenges Swaminathan, show me another bat which is as good as this one, which has got silk cord and springs like the Villard. Of course, Swami was defeated. He couldn't give another bat. So there was a pause, and after that Rajam said, note it down, Swami. So here we find that Swami did not give any answer to Mani because there was no answer. He could not accept the challenge. He could not show another bat as fine as the Junior Villard. So there was a pause, there was a silence, and after that Rajam asked Swaminathan to note down the name of the bat. Swaminathan noted down on a paper, Villard Junior bat. So this is of course a wrong spelling, and my earnest request, please do not write this wrong spelling in your examination paper. Don't be Swaminathan, don't be like Swaminathan. He wrote the wrong spelling, you do not write it. And looking up, he asked how many. So he wanted to know how many Junior Villard bats they needed to buy because he wanted to jot it down. Then Rajam said, say 3, will that do, Mani? So he says, let's jot down 3, let's think of buying 3. Is that all we require? Is that sufficient? He refers to Mani, he asks for Mani's advice. Why waste money on 3 bats? 2 will do. So Mani is economic. Mani tries to save money. He says that we do not need 3 bats, 2 are enough. But suppose one breaks in the middle of a match, Rajam asked. So Rajam wanted to have no stones unturned. He wanted to ensure they did not face any kind of problems during the match. So he wanted to buy 3 bats instead of 2, so that if one bat broke, they could still have another bat in reserve in hand. Do you suppose we are going to supply bats to our opponents? They will have to come provided with bats. We must make it clear. So Mani is like, no, we cannot buy more than 2 bats because we are not going to supply our opponents. We will supply our bats on our own, and they have to bring their own bats, and we will make it very clear. So Mani is not going to buy 3 bats. He wants 2 bats because he is economical. Even then, if our bat breaks, we may have to stop playing. 2 will do, Rajam, unless you want to waste money. Now what happens is the final conversation between Rajam and Mani, in which Mani wins the argument. So Rajam says that what if our bat breaks, then we have to stop playing now. But then Mani asks, no, 2 will do enough. Don't go about wasting money. If one bat breaks, then we'll use the another one. We do not need 3 at any cost. Rajam's enthusiasm was great. He left his chair and sat on the arm of Mani's chair, gloating over the pictures of cricket goods in the catalogue. Swaminathan, though he was considered a bit of a heretic, caught the enthusiasm and perched on the other arm of the chair. All the 3 devoured with their eyes the glossy pictures of the cricket balls, bats and nets. So now we are told that Rajam's enthusiasm was great, and it's apparent from the previous lines. Rajam wants to have no stone unturned. He wants to be at their perfect condition for the cricket match. So what he did, he was so overexcited for looking at the catalogue that Mani had in his hand that he went over to Mani's chair, sat on the handle or the arm of Mani's chair and looked into the catalogue. Swaminathan, he was considered a heretic. That is, he was considered as someone with an opinion that disagrees strongly with what most people have. So his opinions are unusual. He is not fitting in there. He was considered to be not fitting, but still what he did, he caught the enthusiasm. He felt the enthusiasm in himself as well, went to Mani's chair and sat down in the other handle of the chair. So now all the three of them sat together, looked into the catalogue and devoured with their eyes. What is devoured? Absorbed with their eyes. Looked with immense interest and eagerness. They looked into the pictures of the catalogue. What were the pictures of? Bats, balls and net. Common cricket equipment which must be there in that catalogue. In about an hour, they selected from the catalogue their team's requirements, and then came the most difficult part of the whole affair, a letter to Messrs. Binns. This is important, underline. What is the most difficult part of this particular affair? Sending a letter to Messrs. Binns for ordering the goods. Bare courtesy made Rajam offer the authorship of the letter to Mani, who declined it. Now, bare courtesy meaning sheer politeness or just bare politeness made Rajam offer the authorship of the letter to Mani. Why did Rajam offer the letter to Mani? Because he was polite. Mani was the main head of that cricket team. So ideally, he should be the one who should be making all the decisions, writing all the letters to firms and everything. But Mani, what he did, Mani declined writing the letter. He said that he won't be able to write the letter. Swaminathan was forced to accept in spite of his protests, and he sat for a long time, chewing his pencil without producing a single word. He had infinite trouble with spelling. You need to underline this. He had infinite trouble with spelling. And the more he tried to be correct, the more muddled he was becoming. In the end, he sat so long thinking of spelling that even words such as the and became doubtful. Finally, Rajam took up the task himself. Half an hour later, he placed on the table a letter. Now, when Mani declined writing the letter, Swaminathan was forced to accept, because no one in particular wanted to take the headache of writing a perfectly formal letter to a big firm. They had to make it accurate and professional so that such a big firm of sports equipment as Messrs. Binns would be convinced that they are not some random boys playing a prank or just having fun. They would realize that these boys, the MCC team, was a real legitimate team, and they had sent a letter for real requirement of sports goods. Therefore, neither of the three friends wanted to write the letter. Now, as Mani declined it, Swaminathan he was forced to accept to writing that letter. Then he sat and went on thinking. He could not write a single word because he had infinite trouble, tremendous extreme trouble with spelling. He was not at all good in spellings. So he was chewing his pencil and thinking for a long time, and then in the end he became so muddled, so confused with everything that he could not even remember the spellings of and, the and other such simple words. So in the end, when even he failed to write a letter, Rajam took the task upon himself, and within half an hour, this is important, the point that Rajam could produce a letter in just half an hour. So what was the letter in which Rajam had produced? So let's see. From MCC and Victory Union 11 Malgudi to Messrs. Binns Sportsmen Mount Road Madras. Dear sir, please send to our team 2 junior Willard bats, 6 balls, wickets and other things quick. It's very urgent. We shall send you money afterwards. Don't fear. Please be urgent. Yours obediently, Captain Rajam, Captain. Now, this letter received Swaminathan's benedictions, but Mani expressed certain doubts. He wanted to know whether dear could stand at the beginning of a letter to a perfect stranger. How can you call Binns dear sir? You must say sir. Rajam's explanation was, I won't say sir, it's said only by clerks. I am not Binns' clerk. I don't care to address him as sir. Now all of them are trying to be overly knowledgeable in English, but Swaminathan, who's a simple boy, he had no problem, absolutely no problem with the letter. He blessed the letter, said the letter was very, very, very nice. He approved of the letter. One thing which is very important is the requirements which the MCC had stated for their team, which was 6 balls, Villard bats, 2 junior Villard bats, and wickets and other things quick. They said that they would pay the money afterwards. Then we find that Mani had a doubt with the letter. You should know what the doubt was and what Rajam's explanation to the doubt was. So these are important. After that, the letter went as it was because Mani was defeated in the argument. Rajam could convince him that writing "Dear Sir" is the correct grammatical method. Therefore, the letter went as it was. After this exacting work, exacting meaning strenuous or tremendously tiring piece of work, they were resting with a feeling of relief when the postman brought a card for Rajam. Rajam read it and cried, "Guess who has written this? Bins. Silly. It must be a headmaster. Somebody. J.B. Hobbs. It is from Shankar," Rajam announced joyfully. "Shankar, we had almost forgotten that old thief." Swaminathan and Mani tore the card from Rajam's hand and read. So we are going to come to that portion later. First of all, so after sending that letter to Messrs. Bins, they were resting. Then Rajam had a letter or a card addressed to him, and he wanted to know, he asked his friends to guess who the letter was from. So his friends gave some pretty wild guesses: J.B. Hobbs, headmaster, Messrs. Bins. And then Rajam said that no, it's from Shankar. Shankar is their old friend who had shifted to a different school. And why is he being called old thief? Because it's their way of calling him affectionately. Now, Swaminathan and Mani tore the card from Rajam. Tore meaning here is not to tear the card literally. Tore meaning snatch the card roughly, violently from Rajam's hand and started reading. What did the card have? "My dear friend, I am studying here because my father came here. My mother is also here. All of us are here and we'll only be here. I am doing well. I hope you are doing well. It is very hot here. I had fever for 3 days and drank medicine. I hope I will read well and pass. Is Swami and Mani doing well? It is very hot there. I am playing cricket now. Can't write more. With regards, your dearest friend Shankar. P.S. Don't forget me. S." So this was the card which Shankar had written. It's a pretty monotonous card and a very funny sounding one as well. But they were extremely moved. They felt very emotional by this letter. Decided to reply at once. There were 3 letters ready in an hour. Okay, Mani copied Shankar's letter verbatim. Verbatim meaning word by word, Mani copied exactly the same letter. Swaminathan and Rajam wrote nearly similar letters. They said they were doing well by the grace of God. They hoped that Shankar would pass and also that he was doing well. And then they said a lot about their cricket team, hoped that Shankar would become a member. They also said that Shankar's team might challenge them to a match. So there's nothing to explain in this paragraph. You need to underline this all because questions can come. What type of letters did Mani and Rajam and Swami write? So Mani wrote word by word the same letter verbatim that Shankar had written, and Rajam and Swami wrote nearly similar letters with all the keywords that are given after that. Doing well by the grace of God, hope that Shankar would pass, he was doing well, they hoped that. They also said a lot about the cricket team, hope that Shankar would become a member, Shankar's team might challenge them to a match, all this blah blah blah. You need to underline and you need to remember. The letters were put into a stamped envelope and the flap was pasted. It was only then that they felt the need of knowing Shankar's address. They searched all parts of Shankar's card. Not a word anywhere, not even the name of the town he was writing from. So it was a card. Of course, it was not supposed to have the address written as they usually do in a formal or informal letter. So here we see the 3 friends have written the entire letter. They have written entire replies for their friend. They have put it in the envelope, pasted the envelope as well, and then they are thinking about getting the address. They could not find the address from anywhere on the card, not even at the town, the name of the town in which Shankar was staying. Then they tried to get the address out of the postmark, but a dark curved smudge on the stamp cannot be very illuminating. Here we see that they are applying all the methods they know to acquire Shankar's address, but of no use. They tried to get it out of the postmark as well, but there was a dark curved smudge, meaning it had ink over it, smudged or smeared over it, or it was blurry, so it was not visible very clearly. So that's why they're saying that this smudge on the stamp is not very illuminating. Illuminating, what does this mean? Illuminating means clarifying or making it easier to understand. So this smudge was making it even more difficult to understand. It was not illuminating. So ultimately we are seeing that these friends are not being able to send their responses or reply to their friend as they don't know Shankar's address. After this, an entirely separate incident is starting, but this video is already 27 minutes long, so I am going to upload the explanation of the rest of the story in a different video. Please do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you might get notified whenever I upload the second part of this explanation. I really hope this video has helped you. If you further have any doubts, please do write it out in the comment section. I'll respond to it as soon as I can. And also tell me the books or the syllabus or other stories which your school is teaching so that I may upload those explanations for your help. So till the next video, bye bye.